Fine art photographer Beth Shibata got her first taste of photography back in high school when she was hanging out with friends on the yearbook team.
They showed me how to use a camera and had me take a picture here and there, and that kind of got it started.
From that point on, she took pictures whenever she got her hands on a camera. Beth eventually took photography classes at El Camino College, but was mostly self-taught.
If I had to say where I got my training, I got it from hanging around with artists because many of my friends are. It just worked out that way.
It worked out so well, she won the Excellence in Arts Award for Visual Arts.
It's a level of recognition that I really appreciate. I really appreciate because so often it's like if you're doing work, you have work and people look at it and they go, wow, wow. But it's, it's a different kind of appreciation to have it done on that level.
Beth draws her inspiration from nature and loves to photograph elements such as flowers or trees and even wildlife.
When I take pictures of wildlife, I want to play with them and work with them and do something else with them. And these are some of the things where I'm distilling trying to bring out some of the essence of the moment that I captured. One is from the Gardena Willows, this one, and the others are from the Madrona Marsh Preserve. And these are just so much fun to work with, capturing the birds in some aspect of their life.
Beth also works as an Aikido martial arts instructor, and it's provided a source of inspiration for her photography.
The name translates Aikido as harmonizing with the energy of the universe. It's the way of harmonizing energy of the universe, and it's like a pretty strong influence on a lot of the images that I take.
Sometimes the subjects in her work are tough to photograph, as she tells us about 2 pieces she created featuring dragons.
And I don't know about you, but dragons are particularly difficult to find and photograph. So I had to do some interesting creative processing on those.
Beth took a picture of a cloud that resembled a dragon and combined that with an image of a small dragon statue. The final result was very unique.
What I did was I took the clouds, used them as a layer, and I stretched the dragon to kind of fit into that space. And was very interesting, and it was a number of attempts. So this didn't happen the first time out. It took about 3 or I don't know how many hours. It took a lot of hours to get this to where I wanted it.
Sometimes inspiration can come from anywhere, and Beth finds it helpful to photograph something every day.
Ideally, you want to shoot something every day. It doesn't always happen, but I try to always have a camera on me, and a lot of times while my husband is driving somewhere, I'm looking out the window and, hey, that's like, down goes the window, and I'm shooting.
After taking pictures, she doesn't have a set process for finishing each photo.
I don't have a single process. Sometimes the image, when you see it in the frame, you know where it's going to go. And sometimes it's like draft. Sometimes it's just, oh, this is really interesting. What can I do with it?
Once she finalizes an image, though, Beth hopes people will have a sense of wonder when they look at her work.
I like them to be able to wonder. I really want people to wonder, say, wonder what's going on in there. And sometimes it's because of the transition maybe of color that's not the original color that it started out as. It's not a literal color, but what is going on there?
Her work can be seen all over South Bay.
I've been up at the Palos Verdes Art Center. My work's been in several of the shows there. And here in APC, of course. And so Ron has been so wonderfully generous and gracious. That's just amazing.
Beth's work is also featured at Madrona Marsh Preserve, Torrance Museum, and South Bay Entrepreneurial Center. For Excellence in Arts, I'm Renee Ng.